The Yemeni armed forces therefore affirmed that their operations will continue and escalate in targeting Saudi oil vessels in the northern Red Sea.
The Houthis say they are expanding their blockade deeper into the Red Sea, putting Saudi oil exports under fresh pressure. The group says it will target Saudi-linked vessels attempting to sail north toward the Suez Canal. The blockade is now being extended beyond Bab al-Mandeb, bringing routes leading to the Suez Gateway into focus. The latest move could further complicate Saudi shipping as tensions spread across two of the world's busiest maritime choke points. The Houthis have vowed that no Saudi oil tanker will pass through the Red Sea until their conditions are met. Houthis announced they will expand attacks on Saudi shipping into the northern Red Sea, marking a major escalation in their maritime campaign against Riyadh's energy exports. Houthi spokesman Yahya Saree said on August 5 that the new phase is intended to stop Saudi oil tankers from reaching the Suez Canal through northern Red Sea routes. Saree claimed Houthi forces struck the Saudi oil tanker Wafaa off Yanbu with ballistic missiles, though Saudi authorities have not confirmed the reported attack.
The Yemeni Houthi armed forces, by the grace of God, managed to target the Saudi oil tanker Wafaa in the northern Red Sea off the region of Yanbu using a number of ballistic missiles. By the grace of God, the hit was precise. With this targeting, the total number of vessels targeted by our forces has reached 8 Saudi oil tankers since the start of the naval blockade on July 22nd. Meanwhile, the total number of vessels that were intercepted and forced to retreat and turn back in the Red Sea and Arabian Sea has reached 29 Saudi oil tankers. Following the success of the Yemeni Houthi armed forces, by God's grace, in tightening the naval blockade against the Saudi enemy from Bab el-Mandeb in the southern Red Sea, the Saudi enemy moved to reroute its oil tankers toward the northern Red Sea. Therefore, the Yemeni Houthi armed forces affirmed that their operations will continue and escalate in targeting Saudi oil tankers in the northern Red Sea to close all passages to them and prevent them from passing, in order to firmly establish the blockade-for-blockade equation, regardless of the results and consequences.
Experts have warned that any disruption near the Suez Canal could place fresh pressure on global energy supplies and international shipping routes already facing instability. Houthi forces also claimed they attacked the Saudi-linked tanker Daisy in the Gulf of Aden as part of what they described as a wider retaliatory maritime campaign. Yahya Saree said the vessel was hit, sustained damage, and was forced to turn back, although there has been no independent confirmation of the reported strike. The Houthis said their naval units are actively tracking Saudi oil tankers operating across both the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden as part of the blockade. The group vowed that no Saudi oil tanker would be allowed to pass until what it calls the blockade imposed on Yemen is completely lifted. The latest escalation followed Sana's July 20 announcement of a maritime blockade targeting Saudi Arabia in response to the years-long conflict and restrictions on Yemen. The Red Sea is increasingly emerging as an active battleground amid the escalating confrontation between Yemen's Houthi rebels and Saudi Arabia. Yemen's Houthis on August 5 claimed they had targeted a Saudi oil tanker operating off the coast of the Red Sea port city of Yanbu. Houthi military spokesman Yahya Saree announced the reported missile attack but did not specify exactly when the strike had taken place. The group did not identify the tanker involved or provide any details about the extent of damage allegedly caused by the attack. Saudi authorities had not issued any immediate comment or independently confirmed the reported strike at the time of the announcement. Yanbu is one of Saudi Arabia's most important Red Sea ports, serving as a major hub for oil exports and strategic energy shipments. The latest claim came as maritime security across the Red Sea remained under heightened tension amid continuing Houthi military operations. The reported strike adds to growing concerns over risks facing commercial shipping and energy traffic moving through strategically important Middle Eastern waters. 2 tankers carrying Saudi crude quietly crossed the Bab el-Mandeb choke point on August 1 and 2, defying Houthi threats that had turned the southern Red Sea into a declared war zone. The tankers Lesvos and Desh Vaibhav transited with their AIS tracking system switched off, effectively going dark to reduce their visibility as they slipped past Yemen's missile and drone envelope. Shipping data showed Lesvos was loaded with around 1 million barrels of Saudi crude, underscoring how even single voyages through the Strait now carry high-stakes volumes of oil. Desh Vaibhav, meanwhile, was hauling roughly 2 million barrels of Saudi crude to India, highlighting how refiners in Asia are still willing to accept elevated risk to secure supplies. In contrast, a tanker carrying Russian naphtha elected to divert around Africa to avoid the Red Sea route entirely, opting for a longer, costlier journey rather than face the Houthi threat corridor. These movements came after the Houthis declared a maritime embargo against Saudi Arabia on July 20th, vowing to target vessels linked to the kingdom in an eye-for-an-eye response. That embargo effectively opened a new front in the Iran war, shifting part of the conflict onto Red Sea shipping lanes and Saudi export routes instead of just missile duels over land. Since then, traffic through Bab el-Mandeb has fallen sharply, with CLR data showing only 18 commodity vessels transiting on August 2nd, down from typical flows just days earlier. Shipping traffic through the Strait of Hormuz has also slowed after reported tanker attacks, signaling that both of the Gulf's critical energy choke points are now under sustained pressure. On August 1st, only 10 commodity vessels passed through Hormuz, according to CLR figures, a number that illustrates how quickly risk can choke off normal flows. UK maritime authorities have reported 3 tanker attacks since August 1st, adding to insurers' alarm and reinforcing the sense that commercial shipping is now on the front line of the conflict. At the same time, Gaslog has reported a security incident involving its LNG tanker Gaslog Shanghai, bringing gas carriers into the list of assets facing direct threat in regional waters. Taken together, these disruptions have raised fresh concerns over global energy shipping routes, with analysts warning that prolonged Houthi and Iran-linked attacks could force a structural rerouting of oil and gas around Africa.
Upgrade your news experience with the all-new HT app. Download now.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a banking dynasty meets tides of world history, intrigue, and a dash of myth?
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.